So I own a business called WordCraft. It's a social media marketing agency.
WordCraft.
WordCraft.
And what drew you to this conference?
Yeah, so I wasn't planning to come.
Oh.
Because I had a full day of meetings yesterday. I did a webinar in the morning. I'm also going to Toronto on Sunday, and I can only be away from the family for so long before they self-destruct. So I was not planning to come, but I got asked to be a panelist at the last minute last week, and so I was a panelist this morning.
Oh, amazing. So what was the panel that you were on?
It was about B2B marketing, hosted by LinkedIn.
Amazing. So it was a panel. So you
Yeah.
contributed, but you also heard from other people.
Yeah.
What did you take away from the panel? What was like what did you walk away going, I learned something?
Good question. I was so nervous. I was just trying not to say something stupid. So
You were in survival mode. You were like, I just need to focus on my words. And that's your job.
Yeah, I was like, I just need to survive this. And then, of course, a panel is not rehearsed. So it's not like, you can plan ahead a whole lot. And then there's questions afterwards from the audience, so you can't plan on those. So I was very much in survival mode. Yeah,
That's fair. I get
I got through.
I'm a comedian, so I understand the just get the words out and be done. Yeah. Get off the stage.
Avoid hecklers.
So why do you think events like this that have to do with social are so important?
I think everyone's doing social media, everyone's on social media. So it is important to talk about it. There are a lot of us who know a lot of things about social media. So it's good for us to share some of that knowledge with some other people. I do webinars all the time.
Right.
So I am sharing my knowledge with people. I see how it helps people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's great to get a whole bunch of experts together
in the same space.
Yeah.
What do you think is better? Social in terms of digital or social in terms of face-to-face?
Oh, gosh.
The golden question.
Yeah. As an introvert, it's always easier on digital.
Yeah.
But I do like to push myself a lot to go out there. I like to network a lot. It's something that always terrified me, networking in person. But now that I'm a business owner, I really have to do that.
Right.
And if I just kind of hype myself up, like I'm talking about my business, then I don't really have trouble doing it. Someone told me they thought I was an extrovert the other day because I was so excited talking about my business. And I was like, well, little do you know, I am
an act.
I am a knitter and a spinner who hides in her home office.
There's a performance aspect to it that I think people turn a switch on.
There is. And I used to do theater, so I can turn it on and then I can decompress afterwards and, hide.
I love that. Do you have any tips for anyone who might be nervous going to a networking event? Anything that you've learned from your experience?
Yeah. Talk to as many people as you can. It's very hard because a lot of us we're sort of default to go up against the wall and sort of hide. But yeah, you just have to practice, go to several networking events. I think with practice, it gets easier.
Right.
Because it's like a muscle that you have to exercise.
That's so true. Is so true. So you have your company, WordCraft?
Yes, indeed.
What are you most excited about in terms of the future of social marketing and social media?
So my business specializes in organic social media. So we don't do paid ad campaigns at all. That makes us completely different from other agencies. And we've found this great little niche that is really lacking because, businesses need content all the flippin' time, and so we are there to create that content all the flippin' time. And that might be one of the reasons that a lot of agencies do not do organic social, because you're always creating net new content. It is extremely labor intensive, but it's what we love. We love growing that community, growing that group of engaged users, loyal fans, and creating meaningful conversations on social media, because that's what social media is all about. It's social. Mm-hmm. It's called social media because it's a conversation, not a broadcast.
Right.
So a lot of the ads, it is kind of a broadcast, right? Because there's not, there always is a comment section.
Yes.
But a lot of ads don't really foster that conversation, whereas organic social media is all about fostering those meaningful conversations. And so that makes me really excited about the possibilities of keeping those conversations going.
Keep them going. Okay, I need to know then. What do you think is like a faux pas that companies and businesses do with social media?
Oh, I have so many.
There's probably so many. Like, is there a common one that
have?
you see?
I guess one would be like the broadcast thing, the not asking questions, not having a clear call to action, just posting for the heck of it, and then not answering comments. Oh my gosh, it makes me bananas. It's social. It's a conversation. You need to answer your comments, just as if someone comes to your brick and mortar store. Someone comes in, they make a complaint. You're going to answer them. You're not going to ignore them. Someone comes in and they say, this store is beautiful. You're not just going to ignore them. You're going to answer them. Someone asks you a question. Do you have this available? You're going to answer them. In the comments, for some reason, people are very, response averse. And there's nothing worse than that. I think it's like a really awful thing that I see on social media all the time. Just the comment section, no responses.
No response. Do you think that like people just aren't putting the time into social media in terms of, there's a reason that people do social media as a full-time job. This is their job all day.
Yeah.
So I think that it's really about making that commitment to it, right? And the consistency. I think some businesses maybe they don't stay as consistent.
Yeah. And there's like the whole posting and forgetting it, or scheduling your posts, which I totally subscribe to. You should schedule your posts ahead of time. You should plan. But when you schedule ahead of time, sometimes you have the tendency to not check back and see if you have comments or messages. That's key. It's key to keep checking and keep answering. People want an answer really fast because social media is fast paced. So, you really need to keep checking and keep answering. Answer even the positive comments. Like if someone says this is great, like leave them an emoji or something. Say thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just as if it was an in-person interaction.
I love that. No, that's so true. So you've attended, this is day 2 of Social East.
Yes, I was not here yesterday. I came in this morning, drove 3 hours from Yarmouth.
You're brand new. Have you attended sessions yet?
Just the one panel that I did, because I have a bunch of meetings because I did not expect to be here.
You're filling the time in between your busy life. Yeah. I understand. Is there anything else today that you're looking forward to seeing?
I don't even know what's happening.
You're just diving in. You're like, I want to take it all in.
I'm just here, I've seen some old colleagues so far. That's amazing.
Oh, yes.
The in-person social aspect of this is really fun.
You never know who you'll run into. That's another reason to come out to events, right?
Yeah.
You never know who you'll see.
And the kind of digital marketing world can be kind of small.
Yeah.
Like we know a lot of the same people. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see who you run into.
Where are you from?
So my business is headquartered in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. So yeah, we're rural tech. We're rural digital. We're different from what most people see when they think of Nova Scotia and tech and digital. They think of Halifax. They don't think of little Yarmouth. But we've got a world-class, award-winning agency. We just won a few awards this year. Thanks. Award-winning social media agency in Yarmouth. So I drove up this morning, got up at 3 a.m., left at 3:55, and made the trek here so that I could have coffee with the people who were on the panel that I was on this morning before the 9:15 panel. So yeah, it's been a
so your
journey.
Life is like set. Schedule.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
And what's the plan going back to Yarmouth?
So I'm staying until Sunday, and Sunday I fly to Toronto because I'm meeting with 2 clients there and also going to the WEBE conference. WEBE is the women-owned certification for businesses. So my business recently got certified as a women-owned business, which seems kind of funny because, obviously, well, I own the business.
Right.
I'm a woman.
Yeah.
So obviously my business is women-owned, but there is a certification process in order to be a certified women-owned business, believe it or not.
Interesting.
And then once you get the certification, then you can access the procurement departments. You have like a special highway to access procurement departments for really big corporations. Because a lot of them need to source a certain percentage of their business from diverse owned suppliers. And so I am getting in that little back door.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, so that's cool.
You're a busy lady.
A lot is going on.
What do you do for fun to get away from that? Oh,
I'm a mom.
You can still have fun if you're a mom.
Yeah. My son is turning 13 next month.
Oh, what a great age.
I'm going to have a teenager. So yeah, a lot of momming. And then I'm a knitter and a spinner in my spare time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that kind of is like your decompression.
That's what I do.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yep. Where do we find you?
So we are at Wordcraft Inc. on various social media platforms. Our website, we're getting our website updated because my website was always like sort of an afterthought. And I'm like hiring an actual person to do that. So it's word-craft.ca.